So we're standing here on the grade of the Gunflint and Lake Superior, and we're looking here towards the south. The grade would have continued in this direction to the north. It's spitting again here. And so what we found, what looks to be evidence of the railroad, we have logs that appear to be laid sort of in a parallel fashion here, potentially constructing a corduroyed road for the bed. So this is some good strong evidence that the railroad did in fact wind through this area and head this way south towards Crab Lake. So we're here on the Gunflint Lake Superior Railroad. We are just south of Gunflint Lake in Bridal Falls, and we're alongside the Crab River here, which you can just see just over there. And we're in an area where there's not a lot of evidence as to where exactly the railroad would have gone. And I've located at least one little piece here. And so I have located a spike, which gives me an idea that I'm in the right location. And the assumption is that the railway continued this way, over here into the trees, around this ridge that's located right here, following the course of the river. So we're still here on the Gunflint Lake Superior Railroad. We are just south of our previous location where we found the spike beside the Crab River. The river is just over here, just to the west of me. And we're now in a more, what was wooded area. You can see it was burnt over by the 2007 fire. And what I've located here is yet another spike. And so once again, we do have evidence that the railway did pass by here. And I'm going to be turning the corner. There's a ridge located right here, and we're going to follow the course of the river. I think it makes a turn and then follows the river on its way south towards Crab Lake. So we're here on the Gunflint Lake Superior. We are just a short distance from where we were with the last location, and what I've discovered here is some sort of metal object. I'm not quite sure what it is. Maybe it's some sort of apparatus for lifting the rails or something like that. It appears to be broken off right here. It does have a hole in it. I'm not sure quite what it could be. Might be somebody out there that might be able to identify it. And so we're going to continue this way as we work our way down towards Crab Lake. So we're still here on the Gunflint Lake Superior. We're a couple feet actually from where we found the last object, and what we have here is what appears to be a piece of rail connector, a piece of fish plate connector. You can actually make out right over here what I assume is to be the last end of Joliet steel. And we know that the rails in this area came from the Illinois Steel Company, and so just by putting two and two together, we can see that is probably from the Joliet works. So once again, we do have a lot of evidence that the railway did pass by here all those years ago. So we're still here on the railroad. We are slowly working our way around this ridge. You can see here as we follow the Crab River, which is just to the west of me here. And the railway goes around this ridge, and you can actually see that they've done a little bit of work here. Down here you can see I've located a spike. So we'll just walk through this little bit of rock work here. So actually a little bit of blasting was required. You can see down here I've located another piece of fish plate. Once again with the words Joliet on it. And here yet another spike. And then it continues around here and follows the course of the river. All right, so we're here on the grade of the Gunflint Lake Superior. We are alongside the Crab River. The grade here stretches around this little ridge and then south towards Bridal Falls. So here we're entering an area where there's a little bit of cutting work. The Crab River is just right beside us here, to the south, I guess it would be. And you can see how grade has been cut into this little ridge here. Obviously at flood times the water kind of rushes through here, and so you can see chunks of the grade have been eroded. Right here there's a piece of fish plate you can see right here, and I'm sure there's other traces hiding here in the brush. And so then the grade continues this way in a eastwardly direction, and then the river eventually widens out to form a small little lake. Just take a quick look here and see if there's anything else lurking around. Any other traces? Here it starts to get a little bit grown in here, but then it still continues to the east towards that small little lake. All right, so we're standing here on the grade of the Gunflint Lake Superior. We are just entering this area where the Crab River widens out to form a small little lake. You can see the grade right here, and this spot it would head back towards the west and then curve around the bend in the Crab River. Here you can see a little bit of cutting work alongside of this little lake that it forms here. And here you can see the grade continuing on along the northern side of the lake in an eastwardly direction. It curves right around the lake over here. You can see the far side of this little lake here curves around that side of the lake and then continues on a short distance towards the Crab River. All right, so we're here just to the north of Crab Lake. We're on this, what appears to be a little lake, but seems to be a little flooded area that is formed by the Crab River. And I believe here we have the grade. You can see in the water all of these logs laid in sort of a corduroyed fashion. So this may very well have been the right-of-way of the railway, skirting the edge here and just coming right around the adjacent ridge here.